Well, we are back on the road. Today's Monday. Here at a place called A1 Auto Parts, picking up a truck cap for a buddy of mine. I'm actually going to pick up cars from him, and this is on my way, so he asked me to grab it. But I took pretty much all week off. My daughter's mother had a death in the family, so she didn't have daycare. And when you're a father, it's not daycare; it's just called taking care of your kids. So I took off and spent the rest of the week with her, which was nice. And now we're here at this auto parts store. So anyways, I'm here picking up a truck cap to take to him because it eventually goes to Maine. But I'm picking up cars from him today, so I told him I would just swing by and get this. I thought this guy was coming down with it, but apparently they still have to take it off the truck, which isn't bad. It's only 4 bolts, but we'll see if we can get this thing loaded, and then I'll show you the cars we're picking up. It's supposed to be two pretty sweet vehicles headed down to Florida, so he needs a little help, and I told him if he could wait till this week, I could get these cars down to Florida for him. Again, doing my favorite run to Florida. All right, so we're sitting in traffic here. Obviously, we're just like right outside of New York City, really. Getting ready to come into Secaucus. Anyways, so I've been sharing stories about being a broker, and I got a good one for you guys. So I had this like kind of chaotic Saturday night, Sunday with a carrier trying to get scheduled to pick up an F-250 that I have on the other side of the country, coming to the eastern shore of Maryland. So very long haul. Truck's in op, but the gentleman has equipment to help load at his shop. He's got like a mini excavator that he could pull it up on the trailer, depending on what kind of trailer you have. So that's awesome. So this carrier was really adamant about getting it on Sunday, and I was like, I can ask the guy, but it's at a shop. It's at his shop. It's Monday through Friday, maybe morning on Saturday, but like, I'll ask. I'll just, I got the guy's number, I'll ask. So I text the guy. Well, I called the guy and he didn't answer because it probably didn't recognize my number being a Maryland number. So I texted him and said, hey, who I was, and that I was getting this vehicle picked up for so-and-so. Could you meet a driver on Sunday? And he said, yeah, no problem. I just need like a time frame, and then he can just call me 30 minutes out and I'll be there waiting. So I was like, oh, perfect. So the day and the Sunday goes by. They're expected to be there between 2 and 3, Pacific time. So, 5 or 6 Eastern Standard Time. So I waited around and I didn't hear anything. So come around 8 o'clock, and sometimes I don't update like right away. Like you'll pick the vehicle up, I start driving, and then I'll update like on Central Dispatch that I've picked it up. So I waited around, and like 7, 8 o'clock came around, I got a call. I was like, oh, perfect, he's telling me he picked it up. And first thing he says is, my friend, we have a problem. I'm like, oh Jesus, what now? He tells me, I guess he's the dispatcher, he tells me his driver didn't want to drive across, I think it's on the other side of Seattle. He didn't want to drive on the other side of Seattle today, so he's going to re-dispatch it to another one of his trucks. I was like, whoa, you're not going to do that until we agree on something. And this is, remember, Sunday. He's like, well, I have another truck that's in Florida. I'm like, where is it? He said, Florida. I'm like, he's like, oh, he'll be there by Friday to pick it up. I'm like, I'm not waiting another 5 or 6 days for you or your driver to go all the way across the country. I'm just going to relist it. He's like, well, I can tell you he'll be there on Friday, and, he'll be delivered within a week. I'm like, so we're 2 weeks farther out now. And then he said, well, is there any way you could do better on the rate? I was like, well, we had an agreed price, and an agreed time you were supposed to pick it up, and you failed to do that. So I just ended up re-dispatching it, or posting it probably about an hour ago, because I tried to give him a little, like today, to see if his driver is going to drive across the town, but gotta love it. It's stories of a broker.
This thing that all these guys fuck up is underneath the lip skirts from their high covering. I really put my thing on the ground on all my inspections and take
Let me check those ramps real quick. All right, well, we're gonna grease this trailer. Gonna do all 6 hubs. And this back door here has 6 grease certs for the door. We're gonna go ahead and do those. We're leaving here in probably about 3 hours. So go ahead and do that. Got my Milwaukee grease gun. Love this thing. Makes the job so much easier. But I've only greased this trailer once since I had it. So before we go to Florida, we're gonna get it done. All right, so let's see what we have in the trailer. NSX, right-hand drive. Only one known to be in this color right now. That green color. So, Pulsar, GTIR, Nismo, again, right-hand drive. Clean as can be. Both of these headed to a collector in Florida. Sold from a buddy's dealership in New Jersey. Made the deal and called the man to transport them. Well, not really where I want to be sitting, but I'm Mr. Nail Picker Upper. Thank God I got all my tools with me. Picked it up in the sidewall here. I patched it enough that I can get off this road. I've got spare and an extra tire, a spare tire and an extra tire. I'm just trying to get it enough to get off the road. We're here on 95, this little split. Some nice gentleman told me the tire was low, so just trying to do enough to get off the road here, and I'll probably find a tire shop to swap this one for me, so I have a good spare in case it gets later in the day. Well, thankfully, half a mile down the road, there was a tire shop. Oh, time to order 14 plies. I'm done with 10 plies. Even though it's nail after nail after nail that would have went through a 14 ply anyways. Guess these things aren't gonna get worn out. Sometimes you just gotta show the guys what's in the trailer, and they'll get you in no matter what. Well, we pretty much always stop at Kenley. See what t-shirts and sweatshirts are for sale. And gonna stop and go across the street to the Pilot and get fuel here. I was gonna go over and get a truck wash, but the line is a little too long for my liking here this evening. It's 9 o'clock now. I'm gonna leave the house till 1, almost 2 o'clock. So, oh gosh, and of course I was up kind of early with the baby. But I still got some time left to drive tonight. I don't want to waste time getting tired, sitting in a line waiting for the blue beacon. We'll either hit it early tomorrow morning and get a wash, or maybe after we drop off. So we only got 8 hours or 7 hours left. We're not really going that far into Florida this time, which is kind of nice. I don't really realize how long Florida is until you get into Florida. Like, till you cross into Jacksonville sometimes, and then like you see the sign for Miami, and it's like 330 more miles. So thankfully we're not going that far in, and our reload's already scheduled. Just one car coming home, but looking to add something on top of that maybe. Just so happened that the one coming home works out really well for my schedule and delivers right by the house, which is nice. It's private to private, and I already talked to the guy, so unless something weird happens, that should be set in stone. Because you guys know the last couple times I've come to Florida, I've had nothing but bad luck. I had more cars cancel one time than I actually hauled. I think I had 4 cancel and I hauled 3. 2 down and 1 back. So, of course, there's a car flying through the parking lot. Anyways, we're going to take a lap around here, see if there's any cool trucks or anybody I recognize. And if not, we're going to hop on over to the Pilot and get fuel and continue on for a couple more hours. Well, this was an interesting one. So I have this oversized load past me right here. You'll see him in the right lane up here. All right. I got my 4-ways on. So he just had a tire explode. Now, no big deal. All right. Let's see. He lost one tire on that one. All right. So I don't know what and why. So I'm in the right lane and he passes me, and he's oversized, obviously, so he's kind of close to me. And I'm looking at the tires, I'm like, man, that would suck if a tire blew out, like right beside you like that, you know. It sounds like a gunshot. It's, you know, it's scary. Well, as he's passing me, I see his got an Escort behind him. And this dude is so close to his trailer, he's probably within 2 to 3 feet drafting behind this guy. And if I was the driver of the other side of the road, that would drive me nuts, having somebody that close to me I can't see. But anyways, I was like, that would really suck if a tire blew out and that guy was that close. Well, it just happened, and the tread of that tire just smacked off the windshield of that minivan that the pilot car was driving, or the Escort, should I say. And I heard it go off. I watched it smack on the windshield of that Toyota Sienna that had, like, there was no rockers left in this thing. I bet you that minivan had 1 million miles on it. And it probably didn't do any damage other than break the windshield because the thing was so beat up. But I'm thinking, why would you be that close to something that's got, you know, 50 tires probably? The chance of either a tire blowing out or him hitting something or trying to swerve something in the road and hitting you, I don't know. Well, it happened, and I don't know why, and I'm just lucky and happy it wasn't me behind him. So I always have pet peeves, stuff that bothers me. This lane here beside me is closed. Alright, so I pull up, wait in line. See this McElroy truck back here? He's sitting back there. When there's 3 lanes here, you can't just pick one. So therefore, it blocks everything up back, you know, trying to get into a line to get fuel. He just sits back there and he's gonna wait to see who moves forward first, which, yeah, that's convenient, but not for everybody else just trying to get into the parking lot. But hey, what do I know? Oh, we're 3 hours out from delivering these. Looks like I'm delivering them to a parking lot. It says big trucks can't get back to his house. And he's gonna meet me at a big, like an abandoned strip mall for me to drop these cars off. So that's convenient. So I'll probably call him and let him know like when I'll be there, but plus like 30 minutes or so. 'Cause it's gonna take me a little while to get these unloaded. Both of them are right-hand drive. Kind of a pain in the butt to get in. After I get done unstrapping and everything, it'll just take me a little while. I just want to have them out sitting there. I can do my my post inspection, and once he checks them over and everything, I get his signature, and roll. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's a beautiful place to deliver some cars. Watch out for the gators. Winter Springs. Beautiful. It's warm. Rocking Crocs so we can take our shoes off and climb into these vehicles. But because we've got to climb across with them being right-hand drive and pulling them in. And let's get them unloaded. Sometimes deliver really cool stuff. So now that we're delivered and we don't pick up till tomorrow morning between 8 and 9 in Columbia, South Carolina, we're gonna go ahead and stop here at the Flying J about 4:45. We're gonna attempt to get an early shower. Hopefully it's not too busy. This place has 9 showers. Should be okay. And that means we can pretty much park anywhere tonight, because the customer gave me a $50 tip on the delivery of those 2 cars. So I'm gonna use that and get a nice dinner tonight. I like to treat myself like that every once in a while. So we're gonna go in here and see if we can log in, see if we can get a shower quick, and so I don't have to mess with any truck stop chaos tonight. When if I need to, I can just find a rest area and shut it down. Oh my, I was having a good day. Flying J's an absolute dump. Other than people living in the parking lot. You can tell they're living in the parking lot because they have their own trash can out beside their camper, hanging out in the parking lot. So there's no parking. It's U-Hauls, campers. So I'll reserve a shower. I was 4th in line, so I was like, all right, well, I'll just eat a snack. I hadn't had an early lunch, and I still was gonna plan on driving a little farther till I could get some dinner. Well, I go in, wait about 30 minutes or so. I go in, shower number 2 ready for you. Cool. Got my code, walk in. I'm like, man, that's weird. I hear water running. Someone's already in the shower, in shower 2. The guy comes out, a worker. And he was like, you trying to get in there? And he's like, gets his key out, and I was like, I'm pretty sure there's somebody in there. He goes, oh yeah, you know, the app is all messed up. I'm gonna just go by the computer and there's none available. I'm like, okay. I don't say anything. Like I was waiting for him to go on. You're just gonna have to wait. I was like, okay, what am I waiting for? Like the next shower or what? What am I, you know, do I need to redo it on the app? Because it says there's 2 showers available on the screen. And he's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, if you don't know, then I don't know. So I might, at this point, might end up just finding a hotel and getting a hotel room for tonight. Need to shower, all sweaty. It was hot and humid unloading those cars. I'd like to get a shower and I'd like to sit down and get dinner. And this place is not the place I want to even stay any longer at. So I do got to get fuel though. So we'll get fuel here at least, and then they got like RV diesel pumps. We'll go over there and get fuel. Like, these people got their grill out, like grilling in the parking lot with a trash can beside their RV. Like, how long have you been here? And why doesn't Flying J do anything about it? I don't know. Before I take out the side of my trailer, I'm gonna hop off of here before I yell at somebody, because I'm cranky.